What's going on, Herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today is going to be a Q&A for the thanks for 10,000 subscribers. Yes, we did hit 10,000 subscribers, homies and homettes, and I've gotten so dang busy ever since then. I'm not going to make a bunch of excuses here and tell you why I'm not posting and all that, because it'll all be explained in the future. But long story short is, let's get into today's video where I'm going to answer like 10 of the biggest, more so personal questions that definitely have not quite been addressed fully. So just kind of sit back and relax. It'll probably be a little bit longer of a video today, but it's just going to be kind of a fun one where we're going to be answering some questions, some of those things that maybe even you had some of these questions in your brain. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a thumbs below and just know that I will be posting videos. I got a lot of explaining to do to you guys as we move into the future in videos, but that's not what this video is about, so let's get into it. So first off on the list, yes, we did hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's going to bring us into the first question as far as I'm concerned. Blacksheep, what was your goal? What are you trying to get out of YouTube? And most people that start a YouTube, if they're doing it correctly, they do have a goal. They have a year goal or a 2-year goal. And my goal had to do with 10,000 subscribers, okay? Now you might be saying 10,000, that's not a lot. Well, this was the first big goal that we're trying to hit. Now, we did hit it. Let me just fully explain what my goal was. I wanted to get to 10,000 subscribers in 2 years of posting time. 2 years, okay? Over 700 days of posting videos on YouTube. The first video that I posted as Blacksheep TV was, I believe it was April 3rd. It was the How to Drift for Beginners video. And that video, alongside a couple other videos, which we're going to get into here in a bit, I just started grabbing some traffic. And that kind of pushed us in the direction of where we are today now. So if you can do the math on that, April 3rd of last year, 2017. So that means coming up here in, just a few days from now, we're going to be coming into the 1-year anniversary mark for Blacksheep TV. April 3rd of 2018 will be that date. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So we'll probably be trying to do something online for that day. I know ProLine for PS4 needs to be scheduled right around this time, so we're going to be getting into that as well here, guys. Like I said, that's not what this video is about. What I'm explaining to you guys is that in less than 1 year, we hit my 2-year goal. And it was quite some time ago that we hit the 1 million view mark. We're already accumulating up to almost the 2 million view mark now. To answer the question number one, what was the goal of Blacksheep TV? Or do you have a goal? What are you trying to get out of it? It kind of goes into the other comments too of, oh, he's just doing it for the money and all this. Like, obviously you can tell if that was my goal for 2 years, how am I in it for the money? The money was a later thing that came into play with how much work was going into the channel. Now that's another thing. We didn't just get there by coincidence or chance. We were trying to offer good quality material, trying to offer it frequently as well for you guys so you can always tune in and hopefully see a Blacksheep video. And I think we did well on that. I think you guys agree with us, and I think we kind of show that in our subscriber and view basis. So that is the first question. That's going to lead into the second question. Why did you start Blacksheep TV? Where did it come from? What was the reason you started? And this one's going to be another little bit, like I said, this is going to be kind of a longer video because I'm going to kind of get a little more personal with you guys. I'm going to really explain how things came about, and I'm going to let you all understand, really, the behind-the-scenes aspect of this thing. So the Blacksheep TV channel is actually, like I said, it's a little bit longer of a story, and believe it or not, it ties into my fitness venture, you could call it. It went about maybe 2 years prior to starting this channel. Anyways, I got really big into fitness, predominantly like the bodybuilding side of things, building muscle, lean muscle, and all that stuff, and we're not going to really go into that so much, but the reason that correlates with what we're talking about is because I ended up speaking with a friend that knew a bunch of information about more of the powerlifting and the strength side of things, and we were going to start a channel. Nothing big, nothing gigantic. It was just going to be a channel that we posted to once or twice a week to have fun and watch our progression. And he agreed to it, I agreed to it, and we set a date. And that date came around. It was like 4 or 6 months later, and he really wasn't ready for it. I had already bought a camera. I had bought numerous batteries, Adobe Premiere elements, Adobe Photoshop elements. I had kind of invested some money hoping to get this thing rolling. He ran into some issues and we kind of had to delay it out. Well, that second date came around and it just didn't happen. And soon after that, I ended up injuring myself. Like, actually a pretty severe wrist, actually a very severe wrist injury that put me out of the gym for 2 years. And we're going to get into that kind of because that's where the Blacksheep TV channel came from. So I got injured. I can can no longer work out. It's a wrist. I tore a tendon on the outside, or a ligament essentially, on the outside of my wrist, closest to the pinky, on the bend of the wrist. And that was everything from pushdowns. Anything to do with, you know, your hands. So I'm sitting at home, literally depressed because I can't go work out. I can't do everything. I'm watching all of this money and all of this progression and effort that I put into my body just dwindle away, just melt away like I never had it. I had already spent all this money on a camera and Adobe Elements, and it got to be kind of an upsetting factor. Well, I kind of figured out that I could hold my wrist in one place when I played video games, and I had an Elgato from my MC days when GTA came out. I was really big in the MC community. Some of you already know that. I'm sitting here, I'm playing video games, I'm kind of connecting some dots here. I started thinking, well, let's just start a channel for the fun of it, you know. I had just bought a little Honda Civic project car. Figured we'd do some things to that, so I started posting those videos of this project car. And then, obviously, I was sitting in my room and I started posting some Grand Theft Auto drifting content. From there, the video, I could tell that's where people want, that's where I was going to get the views, long story short, in the beginning. So I slowly from there started posting more Grand Theft Auto videos, kind of backed away from the more realistic, you know, the vlogging style channel where you were getting to see the real world life. Actually, what ended up happening is you guys made it very clear, and we kind of just, you know, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that's what you wanted to see, was the Grand Theft Auto stuff. Getting back to what I'm saying here, guys, is you can tell where Blacksheep TV came from just by gathering all of that. It was to do with fitness and got me into buying all this stuff, and then I got in. So yeah, Blacksheep TV came out of fitness, oddly. Try to explain that to someone. With that said, where did the name come from? Where did the Blacksheep TV name come from? The name Blacksheep TV, as well as another personal aspect of life. So this one will be a little bit easier to explain. Going back about almost 8 years now. Well, it'd be more closer to about 7 years. At one time I was doing my math wrong on this, so it kind of throws me off. It'd be about 7 years right now. I've been doing research on anything from politics, global politics, to independent assets that run government and secret society stuff. Trying to stay, although I got deep into the conspiracy theory stuff for a while, trying to stay with only things I could prove correct. And what it led me to is having a very, very strong set of opinions and views and beliefs even. And good luck ever trying to change those, because I made them for myself over thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of research, to where I wasn't listening to what someone that I liked said. I was listening to the entire world, and I was a very, very open-minded realist when it came down to it. And what that did is it made me a black sheep. It made me a black sheep with my friends. It made me a black sheep with my family. It made me a black sheep with, and if you're wondering what the heck a black sheep is, it's essentially like an outcast, someone that just does not quite fit in, even though I did at one time. You know, I was completely a normal individual, but when you do the amount of research and learn the things that, and we're not even going to go into it, because a lot of you, I don't even want you to have to, you know, realize some of these things. But the sad truth is it's just getting worse and worse. And most of you, as you progress forward, if you don't know about these things, you will be learning about these things either the hard way. Although mine was a very quick pace, it definitely made me the black sheep. So Blacksheep TV is nothing more than myself, and it's so fitting to me that it's just it's that, you know, that's where the name came from. So you're kind of already seeing that this thing was more so just fell into place. It was not a forced thing where I made, you know, it has to happen. So the questions of how did you do this so quickly, or how do you need to explain on how you did that? There's no secrets. It was a lot of hard work and consistent posting, and that's how we did it. But that's going to lead us into the fourth question of the night here, and that is, where did the drifting come from then? And obviously, as I said, How to Drift for Beginners was the very first GTA, it was the very first video at all on the channel. Actually, it was the very first one. That video got some attention. Well, in the beginning, you don't get anything for views. You're going to be lucky if you get like 50 to 100 views, right? And this thing was getting like, I got like 73 views, and then all of a sudden 213 views, and all of a sudden we were breaking 1,000 views on the video. I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, it's kind of giving us some traffic and getting us moving, and by this time we already have another, you know, X amount of videos we got up, so there's more videos to watch on the channel, and people are starting to flood in. That's what built the channel, is consistency from the very beginning, and then showing people what quality you're going to offer at. So the drifting came, again, from the real life aspect. No, I do not drift in real life. I wish I could afford to do something like that. When you really keep into account what it costs and how much you have to sacrifice to just just to be a drifter, it's not on the agenda. It just can't be, unfortunately. Now, if something came across in the future, even, you know, in the extended future where I had a lot of money and I could just have a disposable income, you know, of X amount each month, yeah, you know, drifting might be a little more realistic, but it's not something that I could ever afford to do in real life. So I was drifting around in GTA. Now, I played GTA because it was the game I always play. Technically, really, I'm not much of a gamer. You know, I think I own like 4 video games, and I don't play any of them other than Grand Theft Auto. I just don't have the time to do it. And the only reason I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto is because you guys have proven to me that you like my content and want to see more. So the last thing I want to do as a creator is leave you guys hanging, and that's the last thing I will do, at least to the most control that I can have on that. So the drifting was something that, oh, hey, I can drift in GTA. It's fun. I can drift with people from across the world, people that are also interested in doing this. There's not much of a community on there, so I already have all this skill and orient on how to build a community in GTA from the MC community that I think I have a lot to offer here. And I could do what I wanted to do and really bring things to the table that I wanted to bring. So that's really where the drifting came from, and that's why it's been such a dominant aspect. It's something I do enjoy in real life. It's something I wish I could do in real life, but it's just something I'll never be able to afford. So Grand Theft Auto being the game that I play, I don't really play the other games all that much, if at all. So Grand Theft Auto just naturally is the game that you're going to see me drifting around in. That's going to lead into the 5th question for tonight already. Blacksheep, you're posting videos. It can't take that long to do. You're just playing a video game. Why don't you post daily? It can't be that tough. Now, this is a double-edged sword. Anybody that has said that yeah, it's not that tough, you actually are somewhat correct. If all I had to do in a day was post a video for Grand Theft Auto and post it up on YouTube, and that's all I had to do, well, you better believe I'd be doing it probably 3 or 4 times a day. I'd be getting you guys a lot of videos if that's all I had to do. The deal is this is not a job for me. This is literally, it's a hobby. It's something I enjoy doing, or it's something I enjoyed doing a lot in the beginning, and it slowly is getting more and more, you know, repetitive and, you know, more of a job and more, you know, this and that. With anything that becomes more and more viewed, it's going to become more and more of a job. Posting daily. How do I really explain this one? For me, there's no way in hell. There's just no way. I have way too much going on in my life to be forced to have to post every single day, even if it was only 1 video. Now, on the contrary, when you explain things like that, people say, well, Blacksheep, people do it all the time. And I'm not talking crap about anybody, but this is the name I always hear. Slap Train does it all the time. And, hey, I enjoy some Slap Train content here and there. I have nothing bad to say about him, but what I want to explain to all of you guys is Slap Train and numerous other individuals on YouTube that do drifting content or GTA content, they have actually had the privilege of making this their job. This is all they do. They don't have to go and wake up and do a crazy shift. They don't have to go work from 6 p.m. to 2 in the morning like I do. They don't have to do that to make their ends meet, to have groceries in the fridge and to be able to fend for themselves and not be evicted out on the street, essentially. YouTube pays them enough. And the reason is they have like 1 million subscribers, you know. Some of them are on the preferred program, so they actually make much, much better income off of it. I'm not complaining. I'm explaining here, guys, and I want to make that clear. I do want to make that clear. Is it hard to post a daily video that takes roughly 3 or 4 hours from the time you hit record to the time it's up on YouTube? Can you do that every day on top of working and getting done everything else that you need to get done? Keep in mind, I don't even have a girlfriend. I don't have a social life. I don't party. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do any of the, you know, social recreational things. I have a full life outside of video games, and I only started posting video games up because I couldn't do anything else. I was injured. My wrist had to be held in a certain position. I had to, like, cater to it. It was supposed to be 6 months. It was almost 2 years that I was held up, hurt. Yeah, like a year and 8 months I was sitting here held up, injured. Being that I have been medically cleared to get back in the gym, just getting back in the gym has been such a priority to me, and getting back to where I was and doing that has taken up so much of my free time that it is cutting into the Grand Theft Auto stuff and all that, but it's so much more of a priority for me to get my health and my fitness back all I'm saying here, guys, is that it just won't happen for me to be able to post daily, this style of content. Now, if something in the future where, like, you know, I get to somewhere in my life and I can post daily to that channel, well, you better believe that I'll be alerting you guys. But I'm always going to be posting at a rate that I can post at, even if the content changed or if something took a turn. As long as I'm still happy with what I'm offering for content and what's, you know, the response I'm getting from it, you better believe I'll be right here with you guys. Technically, you're part of me now. You know, over 10,000 subscribers in less than a year, it's not something that you throw away. But posting daily, this style of content, again, it won't be happening. I'm far from the 1,000,000 subscriber mark. Even if I got to 100,000 subscribers, I'm still making very, very little money. It's not money that you can live off of, okay? Well, you can live off the money, but you can't live solely off the money, if that makes sense, right? So that's going to go on to the next question, and the next two questions are kind of going to tie together. How old are you, Black Sheep? I am 26 years old, and most people that are posting content and doing things on Grand Theft Auto are not my age. They're 16, 15, 17, you know. In high school, they don't have a job. They don't need a job. They can come home after school and have from 3 p.m. all the way until 10 p.m. to do whatever they want, and they choose to make videos and stuff like that. And that's awesome. You know, honestly, I wish I would have been smarter as a kid and done more stuff like that. But it wasn't until later in my life how I realized how important certain moves and certain things were. But yeah, I'm 27, and the only reason you're seeing a 27-year-old that's mature and not as fit, you know, someone that if you see me in real life, you'd be like, well, he don't play video games, you know, or if he plays video games, he don't play, you know. It's definitely not your typical YouTuber. You already understand why. I injured myself. It was like kind of one of those few things that I could do and still have fun daily. You know, I could wake up and be like, yeah, I can progress in something. I can do something. That's a big thing in my life. I like to progress. I like to make myself better every day. I like to learn new things. So yeah, 26 right now, turning 27 this coming June, not too far away. And that's going to bring us into what is this, the 7th or 8th question now. Do you smoke? I'm guessing this comes from my voice. Aside from I used to crack. My voice used to crack a lot. It'd be like, it would just like skip out, you know. My voice has been this way since I was 16 and went through puberty. Maybe it's a little bit lower and more mature now, but it's not much. If you were looking at, like, you know, however you measure that, you know, that note, it would be very similar from when I was 18 or when I was 16. Now, I used to smoke. I actually quit smoking a little over 3 years ago. Quit smoking and I quit drinking alcohol completely. I haven't had any type of cigarette or alcoholic beverage. And it was the best decision I've ever made, quitting those two things. They are literal poisons for your body. And that came from the research. It was very hard to, how do you enjoy a cigarette or booze or a beer when you know what it's doing to your body? You know exactly what it's doing to your body. How do you enjoy that? Even if you enjoy the feeling, how are you, you know what I'm saying? So research is the key to all aspects in life, and you cannot rely on mainstream media and stuff like that to do your research. You need to do it yourself, and you need to know how to do research with source checking and making sure that you're reading credible sources to begin with, and that takes time. It takes time to do. You can't use Google and use a marketing software to do your research. It's very difficult to do that. They really like to push certain things in your face. Yeah, so smoking, no. Drinking, no. I used to back in past. I started at actually kind of a terribly young age, and I started in the past when I had bad friends that kind of pushed you in that direction, and, you know, it's cool to do this, or it's, you know, it makes me look better. I'm gonna get a better looking girl if I do this. I just got in a lot more trouble, and my health deteriorated much quicker. Now that's gonna lead us into the 8th question. What kind of car do you drive, Black Sheep? Kind of spoiled it earlier. I'm sure some of you have seen the videos of it, the little 98 Civic that I have. I do still have it. It didn't really fully finish my project, I have to admit that. It's just sitting in the driveway there with some wheels on it, buried in snow at the moment, but probably going to be selling that as we move forward to fund some other projects without spoiling anything there. I also have my daily driver. Since that was my project car, I've always had a daily driver. I used to drive an old crappy 2004 Malibu. Right now, actually, I made a video on this on Blacksheep Lifestyle, but I think I privatized most of the stuff on that channel now, where I don't think you'd be able to see it, but I bought a 2004 Audi A4, and we're going to do a few more extra questions here. I'm having some fun with this, so I got a few extra ones written down here. Here's a fun one. How much have you made from YouTube? How much money have you made from YouTube? Or AdSense is another way this question has been worded in the past. How much money have I made? Well, let's literally load it up here. Let me see how much I've made, because I haven't loaded this thing up in like 3 months. Now, while I'm loading this up, I'm going to tell you guys that I have not cashed out. I have not even taken $100. I've not even taken a penny from this money. It's all just kind of accumulating here. It's loading up right now. Here we go. So, all right. So we kind of are a little bit, maybe that's kind of on track. I don't know where we're. So we have officially broken the $1,000 mark, but I had broken that the previous mark there. It's kind of taken a little bump. I'm guessing probably from a few videos maybe. So we are currently right now at $1,413.67. $1,413.67. And that's my estimated revenue. So YouTube takes another 50 to 60% of that. Not of that number, but there's like that much more and more that I've earned, but YouTube has taken it already. You know what I'm saying? Like they get a share from it, which is okay. I'm not complaining about that. Money was never in my thing, so it wasn't until later where I was like, man, this is a lot of work. They are really gypping the creators. It is what it is, but yeah. So how much have I made? $1,413.60 cents. What was it? 67, 68 cents, something like that. $1,413. That's not bad, in all honesty. I want to say the last time I looked at it, we were at like 1,100, but that was 3 months ago. So I'm averaging not a whole lot. But in the first few months, I didn't average crap. It took me like 3 months just to make $87. I remember that was a big number that sticks in my head. $87. Took me a long time to get there. I think that must have been what I got. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard for me to remember now. It's kind of a little bit blurry in the beginning on how fast. I just remember things were very slow, and then they started really picking up. And then they, like, the whole ad thing, and they started really demonetizing a bunch of my content for no reason. I don't swear in it. I didn't do anything like that. Yeah, it was really starting to get frustrating for me. So that gives you an idea. Now, I'm sure when I gave you that number, some of you are like, wow, that's a lot of money. Like over almost $1,500 you've made off of YouTube. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Like, that's not too bad. However, you need to keep in mind that that's not bad for someone that's doing this as a hobby. If I had to rely off of $1,400 to make my life move forward, I would hardly make it a month. Would I even make it a month? I think I would make it about a month, maybe a month and a half. And I'd be out of money for the other 10.5 months. Hello? How do you make that work? So you can't. You can't make that work. So then this cannot be a priority for you. You can't be forced to post a video constantly. And that's more so becoming a realization to me, you know what I mean? That this is something I'm pouring a lot of time into. So that's going to answer this funny question here. Are you quitting? Are you taking a break? A couple people have worded that too. Like those are the comments that honestly make me want to go and make a video. I have absolutely no time to do it. I still am, you know, it's like, oh, I want to go make a video. I want to get content to these people that want to see the content. They deserve to see it. So am I quitting? No, hell no. I'm not quitting. I'm not going anywhere. It's just I do have to. Am I taking a break? Yeah, you will see me take breaks here and there. And unfortunately, the sad truth to the breaks is I don't really know when they're coming. All of a sudden, there's just like 5 days that I haven't posted. I'm like, well, there's the break. And it might be another 5 days from that point until I actually get to post again. But it's not until I'm in the middle of the break where I'm like, damn it. All right, well, unfortunately, the channel's suffering a little bit. And you see the analytics just drop. The watch time drops. The shares drop. The subscribers drop. The money, everything just drop. Boom, boom, boom. It's just like a downhill roller coaster, straight down. And that's the demeaning thing. When you're only making $2, $3, $4 a day, when you're only making that little bit, literally pennies getting thrown at you, to see your channel go down into like, well, now you're gonna make 46 cents today. You're gonna make 36 cents today. Here's your 18 cents for the day, and you have almost 250 videos up. You're making 13 cents. You know, it's so I don't think we've seen many of those 13-cent days, thankfully, but they have been down in the $1.50 area numerous times in the past few months. So to only be making $1.50 a day and having that many people tuning in. There was 1 month It was when they changed the monetization platform to the channel. There was 1 month where my channel had 1 year and like 300 days. Almost 2 full years of time spent on my channel in 1 month. That's a lot of people that are watching your channel. That's a lot of watch time. That's the time spent on your channel too, not views. You know, it has to do with views, but I'm talking the minutes that were watched. People actually are watching that content. They are enjoying the content. So to quit, never. I will not quit if I can ever help quitting, but I want to make it clear again to maybe be forced to morph into a different style of content or do things slightly different to, you know, make a better quality or get you guys something on a quicker basis, a more frequent basis to go with the algorithms of YouTube. That is maybe a reality, but that doesn't have anything to do with quitting. Let's do this one. Let's make this the final question here, since we're already at about 45 minutes of record time. I'm sure this will be pretty close to a half-hour video, if not over. What is your goals over the next year? Now that you've hit your goal that you were supposed to be working on this whole next year, do you have a new goal? And of course I have a new goal, but it's, what is it, you know? And the number constantly fluctuates as I try to pinpoint it, you know. Technically, we should be able to hit the 20,000 subscriber mark by the next year, but we should be able to hit that with ease as long as I continue to put the equal amount of work into it. Now, here's the issue. It doesn't sound like I'm going to be able to put quite the equal amount of work into the channel over these next few months. I have a lot of big things that you guys will be able to get to see here, but it's going to be a bit before you actually get to see them. There's some big projects coming out, like long projects. There's a lot of really cool things that I want to show you guys and let you in on and show that, you know, there's a lot more to Blacksheep than playing Grand Theft Auto. And I know that a great chunk of you guys out there are interested in hearing more on this. So I'll keep you guys updated as we move forward. Just understand that I do expect to hit that 20,000 goal by the next year, no matter how much work we really put into the channel. That is my goal, the 20,000 subscribers by April 3rd of 2019. That is the new goal. If GTA 6 were to come out and I'm still posting GTA content, this channel could grow rapid. Unfortunately, GTA, on my progressions, GTA 6 looks like it's probably going to be coming out 2020. That would be my guess, is when we're actually going to be seeing some information on GTA 6. Rockstar just likes to play into numbers and, you know, all that kind of silly stuff. So 2020 just makes too much sense. So it'll be a couple years, unfortunately, before we're actually hearing about GTA 6 or seeing GTA 6. So that's a couple more years of this. And as you guys know, GTA 5 in open lobbies is just kind of, well, not kind of, it's fully disgustingly cancerous. It's not the game it used to be. Alright, guys. So obviously you guys see, as we move forward, we'll be keeping moving with the Pro Line Drift series. We'll be keeping moving with the Does It Drift series. I see there's a lot of vehicles releasing here recently that we can kind of have some fun doing there. But I'm not going to hold you up any longer than I need to, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos if you are sharing these videos. Thank you all for 10,000 subscribers, and here's to another 10,000 subscribers. As always, hope you all stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.